Hi team. So in the previous discussion, we started debugging, right? SAP debugging. Right? Primarily to explain SAP ABAP debugging. So I wantedly written a logic, like I have created a program so that at least we can walk through the logic and how exactly all these performs and all these things works on all these things. To explain them, I have started the concept. Right. So as we have discussed already, to know SAP ABAP debugging, first of all, we should know we should have the basic idea on SAP ABAP coding. Otherwise, it will be very tough for you to understand the SAP debugging concept. Right. So in the previous in the previous session, we discussed about how many types of breakpoints that we have and what are the different types of breakpoints. And we have even discussed about F5 and F6 and the basic difference between F5 and F6. So this is my report. So if I execute the report, if I give some data here, right, I could able to find the output, right? So let us start the debugging again. Let me keep my breakpoint as we have discussed already. We need to keep the breakpoint at the executable lines, not at the declarations. So if I try to keep my cursor here and then keep my breakpoint here, that's of no meaning, right? The position of breakpoint cannot be determined. Reason being, so we have to keep the breakpoint on the executable lines. So I have kept my breakpoint on the executable line. Simply saying, so let us not keep the breakpoint at the declarations. Simple. Now let me execute the program. So let me give some data here. So 4975 or 4979, whatever it is, right? So the moment the debugger starts, so always try to keep this desktop 3 open. So if you click on this, so these are the data components. It could be a data element, sorry, it could be a table, or it could be a work area, or it could be a field as well, right? Data components, nothing but the components which stores the data. See, the moment when I double click on it, so it came to this variable section. Here I can have internal table, work area, or field, anything that I can store here. Now, so this particular internal table is empty now. So 0 by 3, 0 records, 3 columns. So see, no records are there here, but the columns are 3, right? So if at all you want to see the data, make sure you just enter them here and click on enter. Type them and click on enter. So you will get to know. So we know. Right, so we know that F5, F6, F7, F8 these are the function keys that we have in SAP ABAP debugger. So F5 is for single step. See, the moment when you click on F5, see, I have my position here, my debugger position here, cursor here. So if I click on F5, it goes down, it goes line by line, step by step, right? From this line to this line, and then to this line, and then to this line, like this it will go. F5, 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 F5. You will come out of it. And again F5. But the moment when you click on F6, what happens is, of course, both F5 and F6, both are the same thing. But both are for single line execution only. But if your cursor is at either at a perform or at a method or at a function module, there the difference comes. So if you are at perform or function module or a method, if you click on F5, as usual, it goes inside this particular subroutine and it will go line by line. But if you click on F6, what happens is this entire this entire coding block will get executed. It will get executed and it comes out of this particular perform and it just goes back to the next line. So let me click on F6. Yes, it came down. Now the point is, what about F7? Now assume the case. So now I know like what exactly the coding is here, and I know I really don't want to debug this particular subroutine. Perform get Mara. I really don't want to see what is happening there because I know it. I just wanted to go for F6, but knowingly or unknowingly, I click on F5. But again, here assume the case. Here we have hardly like 7 to 8 lines of code. But assume the case in a perform we have thousands of lines. There we don't have any performs, we don't have any functional models, we don't have any methods at all. Everything is plain, and of course, though you press on F5 or F6, it remains same. But I just want to come out of it. I just want to come out of this particular form and form. So in that case, return. So you can come out of it, right? So here the point is both F5 and F6 works same. Reason being, we like all these are like plain lines, like no performs, no function models, no methods. So if you are inside of this and if at all you want to come out, just click on F7. So what happens is all these lines will get executed in a single shot and it will come out of this particular subroutine. See, let me click on F7. It comes out of it. So all these lines which are there in this, they'll get executed and it will come out of it. Right? If at all you want to come out of a form and form or a function model or a method, you just need to go with F7. Now last one, F8. So direct execution. So few people will call it as breakpoint to breakpoint. So what do you mean by that? Assume the case. So let me go inside of it. I just want to debug it. I just want to show this to you. F5. Now here, this is my internal table. How many records that you have here? 29 records and 4 columns. Right? If I click on F5, 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 each and everything, 29 times this particular loop will be iterated. Reason being, we have 29 records here. If I click on F5 or F6, remains same, like because all these are plain code, like we don't have any blocks here. So either if you click on F5 or F6, both are same. And if you click on F7, what will happen? You will come out of this particular form and form. For sure, sorry. Yeah, if you click on F7, what will happen? You will come out of this particular form and form. No, I don't want this to happen. Then how? So this particular loop will be iterated 29 times since we have 29 records here. I just want to stop my cursor at this position. I just want to stop my cursor at this position. In that case, you better have a breakpoint again here. Even in the runtime also, these are dynamic breakpoints. Sometime back we discussed it, right? So these are dynamic breakpoints. Whenever you need a breakpoint, you can happily set it. So dynamically you can set the breakpoint. Now, so now if I click on F5 or F6, it remains same. 29 times this particular loop will be iterated. If you click on F7, what will happen? It will come out of the loop. Sorry, it will come out of the particular subroutine. Now I just want to stop here. In that case, F8 is like, breakpoint to breakpoint. Now your cursor is here. If you click on F8, what will happen is directly will be moved to this particular place. See, we already came here. We came to this position. So F8 is nothing but breakpoint to breakpoint. If there is no breakpoint at all, it directly gives you the final output. So that is how F8 works. So now we are here. So now see, this is my final internal table. You can copy this and you can paste it here, or the other way. You can double click on it also. It will come to this position. So let me delete this. Click on this. So it came here like this. Right now, of course, this is single line F5. Now you tell me. So since this is standard class and the respective method. So if you click on F5, what will happen? It will go inside. If you click on F5, it will go inside. If you click on F6, it comes to the next line. If you click on F7, it just executes and come out of it. So now wantedly, I'm just clicking on F5. F5, F5. Now see, I am inside this particular method. So see, oh my God, there are many things here. Knowingly or unknowingly, I just came inside. I really don't want this code to be executed because this is standard code. There is nothing for you to debug and see, right? So I just want to come out of this. Now F7 will come out of it. See, you just came out of it. See, you just came out of it. F7. Finally F8. So in the other words, F5. I repeat the context again. F5. So let me take a few moments time and then let me write all these steps so that it will be very easy for you. line by line, line by line execution, meaning I mean to say step by step execution. Next one is F6, similar to F5, but when the cursor is at either at a perform, type this perform or function module or method, execute perform or FM or method and comes out. Want you to get the difference of it, right? So F5 is for line by line execution, line by line. So F6 is also similar to F5, but when the cursor is at a perform, see, meaning simply saying, so execute it. So execute that particular block in a single shot. Execute that particular block. Now here, if you open the code, this particular perform, this entire perform is a block. This is a block. Now, when we are at this line, if you click on F6, what happens is this particular entire block will get executed and it comes to the next line. This is what I mean to say here. But to give you more introduction, context, I'm just telling you that it works similar to F5, but when the cursor is at perform or method or function mode, it executes the entire perform method block. Comes out. It comes out. Next, F7. F7. This particular F7 is one. It is out of a block. Either that particular block could be, form, end form, or function. It could be a function module or a method. So the moment when you are there in that particular, see, let's say, let me explain you in detail. So here, this is the class and method, right? If you go inside, so here there is a lot of code actually. So CL demo, right? And even this has some other code and this has some other code. Knowingly or unknowingly, you just came inside this particular method. Now your cursor is at this line. No, you really don't want this to be executed. You don't want to execute these lines. You just simply say F7. What happens is this entire block will get executed and you will come out of this line and you will come out of this line, right? So that is what it comes out of the block. Now F8. So if you ask me, I'll say it as breakpoint to breakpoint. I'll say it as breakpoint to breakpoint. If no breakpoint, it is not Blender sprite, it is no breakpoint. In between comes to the final screen or output. So meaning F8 is for breakpoint to breakpoint. If no breakpoint then in between, then it comes to the final screen or outputs. Of course, it is output. So this is what all these functions. So you just need to practice these lines, like F5 and F6 guys. So you have to practice all these things. Only then you will get to know how exactly this F5 and F6 and F7 and F8 are being working, right? And the next agenda for today is watch point. Watch point is one of the very important topic that you have to understand, right? So let me even talk on that. So guys, now let me go back to the program and let me keep my breakpoint here. Okay, this is also fine. Now let me get inside of this particular prepare final subroutine. Let me keep my cursor here. Sorry, breakpoint here. Let me execute the show. Some, let's say 4 like this. Let me execute it. Now what happened is, so see here again. Let me little maximize this show. So now you tell me. So you just click on this. Just click on this. We have 99 records. We have 99 records. See, So 1, 2, 3 like this. We have 99 records here. We have 99 records, and of course we have 4 fields: EBLN, PostNar, MATNAR, and NetWR. So if at all you want to see them in a different view, so even you can click on this table display in ALV format. So you can just click on like this. So yeah, you can play around like sort, descending, and filter. All these things you can perform. These are all the flexibilities that we have in the debugging mode. Right now, so the moment when I click on F5, it comes to the next line. So from this line to this line, it came. Right now, you just let me open this particular internal table. How many records that we have? 99 records that we have. So guys, I already told you 99 by 4. It is always, the table is always the matrix format. 99 by 4, meaning 99 rows, 4 columns. Now, so if I click on F5, it takes a lot of time. So now ultimately this particular loop will be iterated for 99 times since we have 99 records here. But my point is, I just want to stop the debugger at some position. Let's say at 99th record. Let's say at 99th record, or so based on some condition. So my today's my agenda is, I just want to stop the execution. I just want to stop the execution when my net WR price is 880. When my net WR value is 880. I just want to stop the execution there. So now you have to watch. You have to clearly watch when exactly I'll get my net WR is equal to 880. So how to do that? So now we are at the first record iteration. So the first record came into your work area, and this is what your first record. See 497010 M18150. Like this, I am getting the records, record by record, and all of them we are just populating the final table. And of course, even the final table is not ready yet because we have not reached that position. 0 by 7, meaning 0 rows and 7 columns. Now first record is started. The moment, now what exactly you are looking for? When, see, let me double click on this. When this value comes into picture, meaning like line number 26. Right? So now 880, let me copy this. I'll tell you. Now, where exactly you will have the value? You will have the value on this particular field. What do you say? You will have the value. See, I have my VBLN. So let me close all of them. My VBLN is this one, my PostNar is this one, my MATNAR is this one, my NetWR is this one. So to this particular field, of course, this is a field only. This is work area, and this is a field. Right. To this particular field, when I get 880 rupees, exactly at that position, I just want to stop the breakpoint. How to do that? Definitely you cannot. So if it is a regular thing, like you have to go for F5, or F6, you have to keep on pressing that until you get that value. No, this is a simple concept. So always remember, guys, the watch points can be applied only on a field or a work area. I repeat, watch points can be applied on only a field. So now if I select the whole thing, it will be a field. If I select till here, it is a work area. Right? I hope you understand this. Now let me keep my cursor here and let me click on watch point. You have the watch point option here. So let me click on it. See, automatically the variable came here, and now this is my value. So what is that value? So this is equal to, so this field space is equal to space 880. This is the variable and this is the condition. So where exactly I'll get this value, just stop the breakpoint there. That is what my intention is. So here you will mention only the variable. Here you will mention the condition. That's it. Same. Okay. Now see, watch point is created since we have created the watch point here. Now I don't want to do anything else. So just blindly say F8. Blindly say F8. Now you got a message saying watch point is reached, which we have set. Now guys, see, observe this 880, it came. So what exactly what trying to say, sir? So now you tell me, guys, where exactly we have that value 880 value at which record? We'll see it now. So it is there at 26, right? Am I correct or not? So it is there at 26th record. Now it is there at 26th record. Now this record is being running now in the loop, meaning till 25 records, the records are being appended to final table. Just go and see here. See, till 25 records, the records are being appended. Now 26th record, which has this value, it came to the debugging. So this is how you can set a watch point. So watch point can be applied on variables. Of course, the moment when you click on this, you will see this, right? It can be applied on variable or field. Variable or field, both are same, right? I just want to see this value where exactly. So when I get 880 or when I get some 900 or when the sales organization is ABCD or when the company code is some 5000. So if at all you want to check or if at all you want to stop the execution when the value or the condition is met. So in that case, you have to go for watch point. I hope this is so clear to you and this is so easy. And this is very, very, very important for you to understand. Otherwise, no, I have to click on F5 until I get this 880. No, you don't need to click on, I mean, you don't need to get panicked to get that value. So just simply click on watch point set, right? This is the other topic that I wanted to discuss with you. I think, yeah. So now the other way around, the other topic is, so how much time it took for us now? So it's 20 minutes, right? So I don't want to continue. So tomorrow what we will try to do is, so it will be very interesting tomorrow. So go to statements and put in the breakpoints at specific messages, subroutines, function models, and methods, all these things. So let us stop for today. And so please start debugging the code. I again tell you, if you are really good at debugging, so 50 to 60% of your problems will be solved. For sure. If you are really good at debugging, 50 to 60% of your problems will be solved in the company in real time. That's it. Thank you so much for your time. Have a nice day.